What's up, everybody? Welcome to Just Because Gaming. My name is Michael,
And I'm Ray.
and thank you for joining us. Before we get into it, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, do all the things in all the places. And with that being said, we'll jump into it.
So we've had several price hikes, of course, from Xbox and a little bit of price hiking from Sony with PlayStation on their consoles. But Sony has announced, as far as I know, it's starting April 2nd, that their consoles are going to be going up in price as well. And this is a pretty good sized jump. You're looking at for the plain PS5 with disc drive, that one's going to $650. Was $550. So you're looking at $100 jump in that one. And
Yep.
then your all digital PS5, you're looking at $600 instead of $500. And then the PS5 Pro is jumping up from $750 to $900, making it the highest priced console right now, even surpassing Xbox with its price hikes. I guess, Xbox stepped on enough rakes. It's time for somebody else to take a turn. I picture PlayStation going, "Here, Xbox, hold my beer." You think you can top this? And then, of course,
PlayStation's like, hold my sucky.
yeah. And then the Portal also got like a $50 boost up in price. It's going from 200 to 250.
Yeah.
So this could be like a precursor to what's coming price wise for the PS6. You're going to charge $900 for your PS5 Pro, and people are predicting that the PS6 is going to be what, $600 or $700. I'm not seeing that happening if you got that kind of price on the Pro. I'm thinking they're getting you ready for that $1,000 price tag, closer to what Xbox is charging. But that also makes me worry about what Xbox is going to charge us. If theirs is supposed to be even more powerful than the PS6, we're looking at $1,500 for the Xbox when it comes out. It's very worrisome. What do you think,
Yeah,
Mike?
and the other thing about this is it's like, yeah, technically as far as consoles, like actual home consoles go, yeah, the PS5 Pro is unfortunately leading the market in expensive consoles. But if you count everything, technically Xbox still wears the crown for the Xbox ROG Ally X, because that one isn't that one like $1,100, I think, or no, is it just 1,000?
I think it's 1,000, but
Oh,
even so, that's not made by Xbox. It's
yeah,
got the name
yeah,
on it, but it's not made by Xbox.
yeah,
PlayStation's
yeah.
making
Like
all
first party wise, yeah. But this is a terrible sign of things to come. And also, one of the other things to mention, Ray, is this is the second price hike for PlayStation. Now, before it was that Xbox did two hardware price hikes and PlayStation only did one. And that was something that PlayStation fans were like touting. They were like, hey, we only raised our prices once. We're still, more affordable. But after this, it's just as bad. It's like there's no reprieve. Like I was looking at the prices, and like just to put it into perspective, the cheapest PlayStation 5, I should say, was the slim PlayStation 5, the digital PlayStation 5, the one that didn't come with the disc drive.
right.
That originally launched for $399. Then
And
it
now it's
got jumped.
600
Then
bucks.
in yeah, then so it was originally $399, so $400. Last year they had a price hike where it went from 400 to 500. Now it went from 500 to 600. So the
So a
price
$200 jump
for
from release.
yeah,
How old is the
$200.
console now? 5 years?
Yeah. But I mean, it's the same thing with Xbox. They jumped
Oh,
hundreds
yeah.
of dollars too. Yeah. So it's not like at this point, it's not like there's any like good guy, gaming console, because they're all like hiking their prices ridiculously. Even the Nintendo Switch 2, hike their prices, and the price of the Nintendo Switch. Like it's ridiculous. It's getting to the point where honestly I fear for the future of video gaming, because
Yeah, it's going to be
you
an
know
elite hobby now. Only and you can't even go to PC instead because building a PC is going to cost you about the same, if not considerable more. So
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
I'm
kind of
not.
worried that what's going to end up happening is, you're not actually going to have people playing games, that what you'll eventually end up having is just an elite few people that can afford these expensive ass gaming consoles playing games. And then I'm afraid you're going to see a dramatic shift to just streaming, because I already know so many people that say, and you all let us know in the comments below which camp you fall into. But it seems like right now there's this divide between people that actually play video games and people that watch streams of video games. And while we're not throwing any shade at people that watch the streams, what I'm worried about is if the cost of these consoles gets too high, people will stop playing games and just watch other people play games. Just watch these people with more money than common sense, which might be me. Actually, I don't have that much money. I just don't have
Yeah,
that much common sense either. So, but yeah, so like I'm afraid that, there'll be like very few people that actually play the games and more people that just watch other people do it, you know? And that would be a real shame to the video game industry. And I just that's terrible. And I really hope that's not the case.
right. And it's really hard to see the logic in Sony's thinking. I mean, we see what Xbox has been doing. Yeah, you can play their games on PC. You can play it on the ROG Ally. You can play it on an Xbox. You can stream it on your phone. So you have other options to play the games that are in the Xbox ecosystem. Sony has taken its games, first party, single player games off of PC. They're just going to be, they want you to buy their console, but you can't sell that console at such an exorbitant price and expect people to be able to maintain that. They're just not going to be able to.
Yeah.
So, I
Well, I
mean,
mean,
they rely on the console sales way more than Xbox does.
yeah.
Xbox relies on software sales.
Well, honestly, I would kind of argue the exact opposite of what you just said that, with Sony having their returning to the whole console exclusive thing, that would give people an incentive to buy a PlayStation. Whereas with Xbox, with them putting their games literally everywhere, even on like a refrigerator that can connect to Game Pass, you know, that it kind of de incentivizes the idea of getting the new Xbox.
Yes.
So,
I mean, I understand that logic there, but to have the price of your console be that high, you're not going to sell 80 million consoles like you did the last time because there aren't that many people out there who can afford to spend that money readily. Or unless they work out some hell of a financing plan that can make it, like you was talking about on one of the other episodes, an installment plan where, hey, here you can buy the console, but it'll only be, $30 a month for the next two
yeah, I
years
mean,
or whatever.
maybe that's PlayStation's thoughts is that, if they stick to first party games and console exclusive stuff, that maybe they'll lease and rent their consoles more. But I really hope that fails. Like, with all due respect to PlayStation, I hope that concept of leasing PlayStations and renting out PlayStations, I hope that fails utterly because that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, you all let us know in the comments below. Do you think that this PlayStation price hike makes sense with the RAM prices going up and everything? And do you think they're just following suit with Xbox, or do you think they're like betraying their audience, their fans? Let us know because we'd love to know. But aside from that, there also has been leaks. Now, they're not necessarily verified, but there is leaks and rumors about the Steam machine that we've talked about, Ray.
Mhm.
And this is something I read about just today, is that the Steam machine is estimated they're going to have two versions, a 512 hard drive and a 1 terabyte hard drive, and that the 512 will be about $900, and I want to say it's like 849, and that the 1 terabyte one will be about 950 ish. So they're going to be they will be the next ones to be at the highest price.
Yeah.
But that's the Steam machine, and they're kind of banking on the idea that people will spend the extra money to play games on Steam and have access to their Steam library, even though the console is said to be not as powerful as the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5. So it's literally a trade off for access to your Steam games and at a higher price. So if that's the case, I think Steam's also making a terrible, I don't know what's going on. It's like the Wild West of video gaming, and
Right.
everyone's
Let's just
everyone's
throw
just
everything out there and see what happens.
yeah. Let's just watch it all burn down to the ground.
All right, well, let us know in the comments what you think the direction of gaming is headed, and we'll see you next time. That's our show for today. Thanks for joining us. Later.
Peace.